I won't say her name because if she watches ever, whatever, she starts complaining about the fact that they announced that Loki was bisexual. So I guess in the last episode, not in the one that came out today, Wednesday,
Episode 3, they kind of, yeah, they
there,
bring that up.
there
They
was a
don't like,
there was a
yeah,
throwaway
throwaway line.
line about princes and princesses. I
Yeah.
don't exactly know what the line was, but it was about Loki being interested in prince or vice versa, princes and princesses being interested in Loki or whatever. And my cousin was not a fan of that. She was like, "Why do they have to do that? He's not even gay in the comic. He's not bisexual in the comics. Why do they have to make everybody bisexual?" And
Wait, but
it's
he is, though.
But why do they care so much?
okay. So that was one of the arguments. Why do you care? Number one. Number two, it's not necessarily in the comics, but the fact that he's so there's two things that came out in the last like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Oh no.
One is that he's gender fluid. What, we're already down 10 minutes? That's fine.
Mhm.
Whatever. I should pay for the thing where we can go unlimited. um anyway, so one was about his gender fluidity, and then the other was about him being bisexual. The gender fluidity, that's like an easy answer. He's literally he's a shapeshifter. He can be, the whole part of the show is there's more than one Loki. There's the girl and there's the male that we all know from the movies and the TV show. Then the bisexuality, I guess that was an argument because I'm not really familiar with the comics, but
You
there
wanna
was.
you wanna know something interesting from the comics that'll blow your cousin's mind?
Go ahead.
He fucks a horse in the comics.
Oh my god.
That actually
Eric
happens.
joked.
Well, I don't
Wait
understand
until
why
they
horses.
hear that that he's into bestiality in some minor
Jeez.
way.
No, but
Why do
Jake,
they have to
don't.
force
I'm not gonna
bestiality
diss
on us,
Eric's
bro?
cousin. I was gonna say, don't you
Why
know
do-
bestiality is okay as long as you're not fucking somebody of the same gender?
Yeah, come
That's-
on, Jake.
Come on, Jake.
Why do,
Get with it.
why do they have to force bestiality on us? Why do they have to force their liberal bestiality
Well, that's the same shit
agenda?
with. Did you see the new?
The liberal bestiality gen.
You know the new movie Luca? It's the same shit. People are
Who?
like mad. There's this new Pixar movie Luca. I didn't see it, but people are like, some people are saying that he's gay, and some people are saying, oh, it's just friendship. But people are pissed because they're like, don't force sexuality to kids. You force sexuality to kids anyway. You see
That's-
couples
Yeah, I was
on
gonna
TV
say, how
and
many
they're
fucking-
straight. Like,
How
That's what
many
I mean.
children's characters end up with like girlfriends? But like in every children's thing, there's like
Yeah.
some relationship dynamic.
dude, when
Like,
I used to
it'd
watch
be one thing
Rocket
if
Power, they had boyfriends and girlfriends. Like,
Yeah, they have romantic interest in that, and they have them in Rugrats.
I was just gonna
Like,
say
to
Rugrats.
minor extents. Like Angelica develops crushes and shit. Like
Yeah.
it's,
You're forcing sexuality down kids' throats anyway. Just say you hate gay people and leave.
but
Like,
it's also just part of life. Like kids do have crushes, and kids do feel like attraction toward other kids. So like whether or not you put that in your movie, it's happening regardless. And if you're trying to make a movie that's capturing elements of, living,
yeah.
then fucking throw it in there. It's not like it went from like this really wholesome children's movie to like full on hardcore gay porn. It was
Yeah.
like it's still a children's movie. Also, like it's adults who are making these
Mm-hmm.
like connections and uproar
And
like all my
I mean-
brother's kids and all the kids that they hang out with, they like watched it on was Saturday? Saturday was the third. Yeah, they watched it all on like the third while like everyone was like drinking in the other room.
Yeah. No,
It's also.
go, Eric. Go, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, they never mentioned whether he was straight or bisexual in the comics, so it's who gives a shit.
That's
Like, it's-
exactly it.
Like either way, they never really like, unless in the comics they were like, bro, he's straight as a fucking arrow, and that's it. Then I don't think anyone should be upset. Also, like, if you're gonna do this with any character, Loki makes the most sense.
I mean,
And also,
even if there's not that exact panel, like they do shit like this in general all the time in the comics. There's comics where Thor is just suddenly a woman, and that happens for like 20 to 30 issues at a time.
right.
Like
But
they do they do like all this shit constantly. It shouldn't be surprising that like, oh, they have one bisexual character in the entire MCU.
Well, that's the thing. My cousin made it sound like every fucking character is coming out as gay, but then when I like looked it up, like no one is. Loki's literally the only one right now that. I mean, I guess I looked it up. Captain Marvel is apparently gay in the comics or whatever the case is, but like that hasn't even been brought up in the movies yet. Loki is the only one that has.
Also, like the line in which they did it, it's not like he was like even like making out with a dude on screen. Like
Exactly.
he's talking with female Loki, and she's just like, oh, I bet, like she learns that he was like a prince. She's like, oh, I bet you had your fair share of princesses, and then pause, or princes, and then Loki smiles like regular, like the Loki we know from all the other movies. Smiles and just goes, a little bit of both, as I presume the same for you.
I mean, they also
like it's just like it's a throwaway line.
It's a throwaway line, number one. The director even came out and said we're never going to explore this, or I mean, he said, I think somebody said they wanted to, or whatever the case is, but the director was like, it was a throwaway line. It wasn't like we're going to have episodes of him being gay. Like it's just
also
there.
See, but I don't agree with that either.
Really?
I don't know. I don't agree with that either. I just think I think it makes people uncomfortable, but like as somebody who's straight, it's like when we grow up, right? You both are straight, I think, as far as I know. But like
I'm gay as hell.
Yeah. But when we grow up, right? When we see things on TV, we watch it. If you're a gay person or a bisexual person, you don't have that outlet to see it on TV to relate to it. And like that's what art's supposed to be, right? Like you're supposed to relate to it. So who cares? Like so there's not 110 straight couples on TV. There's only 109. Who fucking cares? I just think it's all about perspective. Like it makes people uncomfortable, but they don't think about it. They only think about it selfishly as opposed to from other people. I just think it's such a dumb thing to be mad about. Like who cares?
It also just
entirely.
It just fits his character. Not that him being bisexual fits his character, but like he's like this flamboyant dude. And I even said, I was like, bro, like you ever watch Pirates of the Caribbean? You don't think Captain Jack Sparrow is a little bit gay? And she's like, you think Jack Sparrow's gay? I'm like, he's the most flamboyant dude of all time. He definitely sucks some dicks in his life, but nobody cares. That's what makes his character so cool, because he just doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I mean that's, I always thought Jack Sparrow was probably bisexual, or like, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you could go back into a ton of Disney, Pixar, anything, cartoons, Nickelodeon, anything, and be like, oh, that guy's gay. That girl's gay. 100%.
There's a difference between this and like J.K. Rowling coming out and being like, Dumbledore's gay. Like,
oh my God, that was fucking annoying. I'm not even going to lie. That when she does it, it pisses me off because she just be pulling shit out of her ass.
Well, I mean, the Dumbledore thing, I mean, when she announced it, it was like, what? And then like you kind of like read the last book.
Yeah, but she also said Harry and Hermione should have been together. Like she be changing her mind about shit. That's why I don't like her, because she never intends for it. And then she'll be like taking a nap and have a dream. And then she'll wake up and be like, oh, well, this is actually what I meant.
She's an odd one.
Hold for Everything podcast.